The birth of working partnerships aligned directly with the incredible expansion of wealth in our country and seeing that working people weren't getting any real piece of that opportunities for their own families.
Here we were in the 1990s, and the entire world was singing the praises of Silicon Valley and that it was the engine for the new economy. Sure, if you were looking at people at the higher end of the economy, high end of the workforce, it was gangbusters. But we knew something different. More and more people were living in garages together. More and more people's quality of their employment was deteriorating. It was going from full employment to temporary employment to service jobs with no benefits. So we stepped into a gap that nobody had stepped into yet.
Those needs that we were seeing really drove the issues that we took on early on and campaigned around.
There was a very clear vision of what was happening in technology and the impact on working people and people of color, and a real clear way about what we should do, both a way to understand what was happening in the moment and a way to be very thoughtful about how did you make change? What did it look like? How did you create a vision that actually was in action?
We ran leadership trainings that brought together union leaders with CBOs, with faith leaders, and we helped to build sort of an analysis of what was wrong in the Silicon Valley economy and what we all could do together to fix it.
We built an organization on the idea that we could have an organization rooted in neighborhoods, communities, and local halls of government as much as our organizations were rooted in the workplace.
We had the greatest gift, which is the trust of working people. Everything at Working Partnerships was really originally funded by the spirit of janitors, teachers, firefighters, daycare workers. And it was people who were trusting us with the money that they put in to be able to build a family and a vision for their family.
When the community began to trust us, when the community began to join and run campaigns with us, co-create campaigns with us, those were the moments that I feel the most proud of.
I think some of my favorite campaigns were healthcare for kids. A lot of cities, counties, and jurisdictions had sued tobacco companies. Working Partnerships made the case that we should use that money to fund healthcare for all children, that every child in our county should have healthcare regardless of where you were born. To be part of something that you knew at the end of the day brought healthcare for people who didn't have it, for children, and then to see it replicated across the country was clear proof that local action meant that it could become something that was nationally happening.
We became one of the early cities to adopt increasing the minimum wage in partnership with students at San Jose State.
And that was 250,000 workers in our region who got a raise because of our work. And we were ready to take it to the next level. And so we were really thinking about how do you take what we did in San Jose to other cities and statewide.
For many, many young people, that was the first time they'd ever had the experience of fighting back, building power, and changing their lives themselves.
It was students from San Jose State. It was the Council of Nonprofits. It was our partners at Siren and Luna. It was a massive governing coalition that really was able to get these 8 cities to raise the wage to $15 an hour.
One of the most powerful moments that I've been a part of is sitting down at an action and blocking the street in front of Intel. We had cafeteria workers, bus drivers, housekeepers, you name it. That's what really drives our ability to build power and shift power towards the side of everyday people in Silicon Valley when everyone is coming together and throwing down. Whether it's been the tech industry, whether it's the healthcare industry, whether it's the restaurant industry, we have looked those folks in their face and said, not here, we need better, workers need better, communities need better. And so it's these hard issues and maybe these hard opponents with maybe a lot more money than we have that we've actually come together and used people power to demand what it is that we deserve and we need.
When I think about the future, I think we have a lot of challenges.
There's a lot of talk about AI. There's a lot of talk about technology really changing and shifting the dynamic of work. And when I think about the role of working partnerships in that conversation, I can't help but go back to something pretty basic, which is power building and workers and community members having a voice and agency in whatever is happening.
When I think about the situation our country is in right now, what we're faced with in terms of attacks on workers, attacks on working class people, attacks on immigrants, we're going to need organizations like working partnerships more than ever who know how to win and know how to think extremely strategically about what needs to be done.
What I hope is that working partnerships can help define how the future is for working people.
I know we will still have challenges. I know that there will be issues that our communities are facing. But what I also know is that if we continue to build power and organize, that we can shift how decisions are made.
When I look at organizations like Working Partnerships, even today, and I see these young, dynamic, brilliant leaders, I have so much hope. And it sounds crazy to have hope at this time, but I think that the lesson of history has taught us over and over and over again that dedicated, committed people who are thinking about others really do change the world. And I am absolutely confident that you're going to continue to lead us to a better place. They didn't ask us to say happy anniversary, but I'll say it. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Congratulations, Working Partnerships.